Welcome back, guys. Today, I will recap a super popular fantasy anime series called Overlord. With a spoiler warning, let's get into it.
After 12 years, a popular DMMORPG game named Yggdrasil has reached the end of its life cycle. An old-time player and guildmaster, Momonga, is playing his favorite game with one of his guild members for the last time. He gathers the staff of Ainz Ul Gaun and all of his former guild members, NPs, and starts reminiscing about the good times they had together. However, Momonga starts panicking as the game continues to run long after its supposed shutdown time. His worries increase as Momonga can't seem to access the game menu. He also notices an NPC, Albedo, talking as if it were real. Momonga recently altered Albedo's coding to loving him. To find clues about what's happening, he orders the NPCs to survey the land of Nazarick. Momonga's suspicions grow as the NPCs look more lively than usual. He feels Albedo's chest and realizes that something must be wrong with the coding since Yggdrasil doesn't allow any 18+ activities in their game. Momonga comes to the conclusion that this fantasy game somehow has become real. He orders Albedo to gather all the NPCs in the arena because Momonga wants to test if the NPCs are behaving the same. At the arena, Momonga meets two dark elves, Mare and Ara. The twin elves get excited seeing Momonga and the staff of Ainz Ul Gaun. Momonga takes this opportunity to test his magical powers and also train the twins. He summons a magma beast and the twins fight it. While the fight is taking place, Momonga manages to call Cebus. He orders him to gather every guardian at the arena. After the battle, guardians from every floor gather and bow to the almighty Momonga. Momonga tells his guardians that they are facing an unknown situation. According to Cebus, they have been teleported to unknown grasslands without them knowing about it. Momonga orders Albedo and Demiurge to fortify the castle and strengthen their defenses. To hide the defense tomb of Nazarick, they plan to move it among the mountains and use magic to cloak it. Before going back, Momonga asks his guardians what they think of him. Each and every one of his guardians holds him in high regard because of this. Momonga feels the pressure to live up to their expectations. Albedo is deeply in love with Momonga. However, the guardian of the first floor of Nazarick, Shalter, is also interested in being his wife. They get into a catfight among themselves to decide who will be Momonga's wife. The guardian of the 7th floor, Demiurge, thinks it's important for their master, Momonga, to have an heir since he might leave Nazarick like the other masters. Having an heir will mean they will have a master to pledge their allegiance to. Meanwhile, Momonga figures out that all her human instincts like hunger, lust, and sleep are gone. However, some game mechanics like weapon classification still remain. Momonga plans to go out and get some fresh air, but Demiurge tags along anyway. Along with Demiurge, Momonga watches the beautiful night sky and shares his ambitions of taking over this beautiful world. Momonga sees Mare working tirelessly to hide the castle, so he rewards Mare with the ring of Ainz Ul Gaun. Albedo arrives and sees the gift Momonga gave Mare and instantly becomes jealous. To stop further animosity between the two, Momonga also gives Albedo a ring and promises to give one to Demiurge as well. While learning how to use a magic mirror, Momonga sees a village being slaughtered by guards. Remembering how he was saved by his guild members once makes him help the villagers. He teleports to the village and saves a girl and her sister from the guards. He kills the armored knights and resurrects one into an undead knight and orders it to kill the guards. With Albedo by his side, Momonga sets out to save the villagers after saving the girls and giving her a horn for her safety. The undead knight ruthlessly kills most of the guards before Momonga commands it to stop it. He spares the remaining knights and tells them never to attack the village. He also commands them to tell his name to their kings. After rescuing the villagers, he asks them about himself, but the villagers become suspicious of him helping them. Ainz Ul Gaun demands money from the villagers to make it seem like he helped them with the money. He knows from the villagers that Nazarick and the village are a part of the Riestes kingdom. Next to that is the Empire of Baharuth, which is in constant war against each other. The city Rental remains at the border of two empires. The slain theocracy resides in the south of the empire. The attack on the village might be staged by Slain to cause conflict between Riestes and Baharuth. The villagers tell Momonga about our Rental and how it has adventures there. Momonga plans his next course of action to find out if any other player remains in the game and to better understand his situation. The villagers spot an army approaching the villagers, and Ainz Ul Gaun prepares to face them. Turns out it was the royal guard Gazef marching to villages to save them from random attacks that have been happening. Knowing about Ain Zuelgaun and how he saved the villagers, Gazef thanks him. However, the group is informed about the village being surrounded by unknown entities. Nigun Grid Luin, the scripture of the 6 gods, has been tasked to kill the strongest warrior. Gazef Stronov, the magic caster of slain theocracy, has surrounded Gazef's army. They plan to eliminate him, and the attacks in the village were to lure him out. Gazef leaves Ain Zuelgaun after receiving an artifact from him, since Ains doesn't want to interfere in men's troubles. Gazef leaves to fight off the slain magic casters after leaving the village's safety to Ains. He and his men get into an intense battle. However, the magic casters' armies overwhelm them, and Gazef is the only one standing. Slain theocracy scripture, Luin plans to end him along with the village. As Gazef is facing certain death, he suddenly gets transported into the village, and Ain Zuelgaun decides to face off Luin. Ains tells the men to surrender before him and that he might let them live. Disregarding the warnings, Luin uses his angels to attack him. Ain Zuelgaun single-handedly defeated all the magic casters' angels, and the magic casters started to panic. As a last resort, Luin is forced to use the magical artifact the priest gave him. He summons an angel and attacks Ains. It fails to leave a scratch on Ains, however. Albedo cannot accept how the lowly humans have laid a finger on him. Finally, Ains demolishes the angel with one attack and kills all the magic casters from the slain theocracy. After returning to Nazarick, Ain Zuelgaun commands his guards to spread his reign amongst the world and reassure Ains as the supreme being. Today's video ends here. Part 2 of this anime recap is coming soon. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting videos.